hello again. So for you, it's another day, but for me, it's just like 2 minutes later. But so I can't show you the pool again. But I'm gonna finish the rest of the story. So remember from yesterday, Saul hated anyone who loved Jesus, and then he met Jesus on the road to Damascus, and he's blind, and the Lord told Ananias to help him, and so we're seeing if he actually does or not. But Jesus told Ananias, Saul is the one I've chosen to tell the whole world who I am. So Ananias went to Saul. Brother Saul, Ananias said, it was Jesus you met on the road. And Ananias prayed for Saul. Suddenly, Saul could see again, but he saw everything differently. He wasn't mean anymore. He even changed his name from Saul to Paul, which means small and humble, the very opposite of proud. And do you know what Ananias' name means? The Lord is full of grace. Grace is just another word for gift, which is funny because that's just what Paul's message was all about from then on. So Ananias did what Jesus told him to do. It's not about keeping rules, Paul told people. You don't have to be good at being good for God to love you. You just have to believe what Jesus has done and follow him, because it's not about trying. It's about trusting. It's not about rules. It's about grace, God's free gift that cost him everything. What had happened to Paul? He met Jesus. Paul got a new job. He called himself a servant and traveled everywhere telling everyone about Jesus. He got shipwrecked 3 times. He even ended up in prison. God loves us, he wrote from prison. Nothing can ever, no, not ever, separate us from the never stopping, never giving up, unbreaking, always and forever love of God he showed us in Jesus. And so it was, just as God promised Abraham that dark night all those years ago, before the family of God's children grew and grew, until one day they would come to number more than even the stars in the sky. So he was no longer Saul, now he's Paul, and he was a great missionary for the Lord. And he did get shipwrecked, like badly. Like there was no ship left, and they were on islands trying to survive. And he was in prison. He got beaten up. He did so much for the Lord. And before that, he hated Jesus, like actually really did, and was doing terrible things. And God used him. Isn't that amazing? And so we just need to remember that when we feel bad for maybe the bad things we do and think that God can't use us, but he can, because he knows our hearts. And so he can use us, which is pretty cool. Thank you for listening.